Webb Auto Center. And what we're doing is we're taking a look at a virtually brand new 1996 Impala SS. Under the hood, you're going to find the stock LT1 V8 engine. It's a 5.7 liter, 350 cubic inch plant. Now in this tune, it makes 260 horsepower. A lot of torque on the low end. This is the venerable, 350 small block V8 that they've made for, heck, decades here. Pushrod, very, very reliable. It's been used essentially for police duty for years. It's a good indicator of durability. The way this car is outfitted, it's completely stock. There's nothing that's been altered or enhanced from the factory. You can see everything is absolutely clear, brand new, and the car has 3,700 miles on it. I don't think this car has seen a drop of rain, and the exterior is absolutely all original. Tires look brand new. Let's take a walk around and we'll show you the full condition of the car. Got the factory keyless remote here. And inside you're going to see a cavernous trunk. I always used to call this dead body storage. We can't say that really, but you could really throw, what, 5-6 bags of golf clubs in here. Just does come with a full binder of information about the originality of the car. I have the actual original window sticker here, and also a copy of the original title. So you do have that on hand, as well as a wealth of information. And even still in the wrapper is the bracket for the front plate, if you want that. But if you take a look on the decklet here, you can see the option codes from the factory. That would not be there had this car been compromised. Like I said, again, it's all factory original, so there's nothing you wouldn't expect if you weren't in a Chevy showroom in 1996. We're going to walk around this car and take a look at the condition, but this is more of a presentation of what the Chevy Impala SS is versus the condition of the car, because there really is nothing to call out. The car came in 3 colors, black cherry, there was an aqua green, and then black. Black being the best. 96 was the last year they produced this car. 94, 95, and 96 were all production years. But 96 had some unique options. This is the standard wheel on it. It's a 17-inch. You got the original BF Goodrich Comptier tires that are perfectly evenly worn. They probably feel like they've got about 90% of the tread left, because I don't think this car's ever been driven on anything but a Sunday. But the reflection on the driver's side speaks volumes of the car and the condition of it as well. Glass, molding, trim, everything's perfect. On the rear, again, you got a 17-inch wheel. BF Goodrich Comptier tires, as well as the Phantom Impala SS badge that goes across the quarter panels in the rear. Now, taking a look around in the back, you're going to find some unique tail lamps to this car. And the car is devoid of any chrome trim to the exterior, with the exception of the Impala badge right there on the end. But very nice looking, very clean, obviously. I mean, those of you that know what this is, you know what this is. The passenger side is entirely uniform, just like the other side. And this really could be a museum piece for the right owner. Take a look at this interior. There's not even any wear. The floor mats even look brand new, even on the driver's side where I was sitting earlier. But there's no wear to the leather. You're usually going to see some wrinkling or just some normal wear. It doesn't even look as if they've aged, just basically being 14 years old. Dashboard's factory stock. Fantastic, and you can see the console shifter there. Now that's part of the uniqueness of the 96. You've got the console shifter as well as the analog gauges. In the back it follows suit as well. This is a very comfy car. So if I jump in, I've got a lot of room, but the leather's in excellent condition. All these carpets, they feel brand new, and it smells like a new Chevy dealer in here. They smell just like this. Knowing the brand new nature of this car, just to be behind a car of this setup, that's a 14-year-old car that in essence is still factory new in every possible way, and I really do mean every possible way. And think how quiet it is here. We're gonna hit some speed bumps here. No rattles or anything, the brakes come down perfect. As I accelerate, the steering wheel stays perfectly straight, even though I didn't straighten the car all the way out, but the car still goes its intended path. But analog gauges, which are a much big improvement from the 94 and 95 models. But dual power seats up here. Got them on both sides, got them on the door here, and also on the passenger side. But when you look at the interior quality on this car, it's absolutely brand new. I mean, look across the seats. There's no wear we could talk about. We're being so careful and even driving this car today, and then definitely it needed its leg stretch, but It's not complaining at all. You can tell this car has been babied from day one. Well, we had the fine pleasure today of going out for a cruise in this museum new 1996 Impala. It's a brand new car. I mean, I'm just gonna sit here. The alignment is super dead straight in this car. The car rides perfectly quiet. The BF Goodrich Comp TAs are nice and quiet. And the car is just a brand new car. Brand new driving experience. If I was, let's see, it's a 96, so I was 17 in 96. If I could have got this car new in 96, I probably would have cut a few toes off or maybe even sacrificed a finger to have this car, because this is really just unreal. And to have it this clean, I mean, a lot of these guys put sunroofs in it that you couldn't get a sunroof from the factory. Doesn't have any of that modification. It's all stock. The mechanicals are stock. Stock exhaust, stock wheels, stock brakes, stock tires from the factory, which don't look dry rotted. I think this has been kept in a climate controlled environment for the time it's been around. Four-speed automatic. And what is remarkable, the 96 is the collectible because you have the analog gauges up front here, as well as the console shifter, which is, like I stated, 4-speed. 350 V8, ton of low-end torque. This is rated at 260 horsepower, which was a little bit less than the other LT1 cars of its day, namely the Corvette, which was rated at 300. And in 96, the Camaro went to 285 from 275. But still a nice, healthy V8 sound. But when you're just cruising along, I mean, this is a car you can put a ton of miles on. It's huge. Don't get me wrong, it's huge. It feels like a barge. It rides just like a Cadillac. It doesn't ride like a today Cadillac, like an STS. It rides more like a 96 Fleetwood, which is exactly the same platform this was built off of. Shockingly nice. I know we've just been leisurely loafing around in this car, but I mean, when you really consider the fact that it's got a Corvette LT1 in it, it's still a hot rod. It is definitely still a hot rod. That's got a lot of muscle. This thing's brand new. The 96 Impala SS is a car that I would put in my permanent collection. It definitely ranks in my top 10 favorite cars. And knowing this was a car that was very popular when I was in high school, it kind of helps me identify a little bit with my youth. Much in the same way that a lot of people identify muscle cars with theirs. But this is the closest thing I could ever want to a muscle car for my generation. I absolutely adore it. This is actually the first job I ever had in the auto industry, was right here. My bosses have been fantastic to me from here, and I've been very much a big fan of this business. They're honest, they're loyal. They've been a Ford dealer for better than 60 years now, which is pretty amazing when you consider. But Packey Webb Ford has been quite the entity. And this car, I know this was handpicked by Mr. Webb himself, and that man has an eye for cars. After however many decades of looking at him, he definitely picked a winner here. But check us out on their website. You're going to go to PackeyWebbAutoCenter.com, where you'll see a bunch of pictures of this car. And give them a call. You'll find it at 630-668-8870. Give their staff a call if you got any questions. Thanks for spending time with us. Catch up with us soon.